that you are able to do exceedingly abundantly, far above all I could ask or think. Believe, yes, I believe. You say, I believe that you are able to do exceedingly abundantly, far above all I could ask or think.
I am so excited because the Step Out TV shows are back live on T2I TV. And for those who don't know, Step Out is a series of interviews and motivational segments designed to bring the best out of you and your business. Therefore, we have the following TV programs. Our first TV program, which is our flagship program, dubbed Step Out with Oscar Bimpong, is designed to interview consultants, experts, talented people, and those doing exceptionally well in their communities. The second one is Step Out SME Focus. This is where we interview business owners and showcase their products and services. The third one is Step Out Youth Impact Zone. This is where we interview young people succeeding against all odds to serve as an inspiration to other young people. And the last one is Step Out Authors Corner. And this is where we interview authors to share what their book is about to the world. Join us every week at 7 p.m. GMT. Like T2I TV on Facebook and subscribe to the YouTube channel. To advertise or for further information, do WhatsApp +44 759 1152 983 or +233 55 580 3924 or email info@traintoinspire.com. T2I TV. We engage, educate, enlighten, and empower.
Welcome to another exciting edition of the Step Out Youth Impact Zone. And tonight is always another powerful session. You can't afford to miss the Step Out TV shows because this is the session where we bring you experts, consultants, talented people doing exceptionally well in their communities, and people that are changing the narrative, both in diaspora and on the continent of Africa. And tonight is the session for young people between the ages of 15 to 30 to 35 years who are doing exceptionally well, both in diaspora and on the continent of Africa, for them to share their stories for young people, for them to share their stories for other young people to really get the motivation to pursue their views, their vision in life. I always say this, that there are so many talented young people on the continent of Africa, but they are never given the platform for them to share what they believe in, for them to really talk about the stories that pertains to their success, for them to really discuss important issues that is dragging them and keeping them away from succeeding. And tonight is the Step Out Youth Impact Zone. But before I go on my guest, I want to mention a few of our sponsors. This program is sponsored by Train to Inspire Consultancy. That is your business training and consulting firm. And also ALS Global Shipping and Logistics, your trusted import and export company based in Accra. ALS says if you are stranded at the port, call them and they will sort you out. ZPay Ghana Limited, your remittance and mobile money company based in Ghana. They just launched their ZPay mobile money USSD code, and that is *270#. Just dial on your phone and register for ZPay mobile money. Then lastly, Wheels for Sure. Wheels for Sure is your car leasing company for every credit. Wheels for Sure says it doesn't matter your credit history. You can walk out of the garage with a car of your choice. When you call Wheels for Sure, just quote T2I 2020, and they are going to know that it's coming from T2I TV UK. Now, If you want to speak to any of our sponsors, their contact details are just scrolling on the screen. Take them and contact them. Then also, if you want to sponsor any of our shows or want to partner us to grow this platform, you are more welcome to do so. Just just take the number for T2I TV UK or Train to Inspire Consultancy and contact us. Now, I want to make this announcement that from Sunday, the British time is moving back to GMT. So our programs will not be 7 p.m. GMT, but 8 p.m. GMT. So I want to really make people to understand, those that have been addedly following this page, there is going to be a change of time, meaning that the British summer time is now moving back to GMT. And because of that, we are going to do our programs 8 p.m. GMT, not 7 p.m. So take note of that, starting from next week. So that is a good announcement for all of us. Now, who do I have on the hot seat? This man is on part 2 of our session. He was actually on this show, the Step Out Youth Impact Zone, where he shared a story that really made airwaves, and a lot of people were encouraged because of his powerful story. And today, the man has got so much in him that I'm helping him to pour out to the world. Why? Because if knowledge is gained, then that knowledge must be shared. And this man is ready to share the knowledge that he has. And this is what we want to bring on the continent of Africa, that is sharing knowledge for us to grow as a unit. And he is not an exemption of that, because what he has, he can impact on other young people. Who is this man I'm talking about? He's an author, he's a motivational speaker, he's an entrepreneur, he's a business consultant and CEO of Global Institute of Entrepreneurship and Technology. This man is based in Accra. Please welcome to Step Out Youth Impact Zone, and you are live on T2I TV UK, Mr. David Asaana.
Thank you very much, sir.
How has your week been? How is COVID treating you guys in Ghana?
As usual, there are a lot of things to do, and it's always very hectic, but with a very positive mindset, I'm always putting up my best to bring out the best in me and to impact my world.
Wow, and to impact my world. Now, today we are going to talk about something that is very important and very critical to the success of any person on earth, and that is goal setting and time management.
Okay.
I really wanted to separate this topic, but we'll try and intertwine it and see how best we can really work together with this
Okay.
topic. Now, to the ordinary person that is watching us, what is goal setting?
I can hear your question very well.
To the ordinary person that is watching us, what is goal setting?
Okay. So thank you very much. Goal setting is something that is very important in the life of everyone. And then there is a saying that if you don't plan for anything, you will fall. If you don't plan for anything, you will fall for everything. So proper planning is very, very important, and in our life and in the journey that we are all going through. And what I want to say is that recently there was a research by U.S. News and World Report that only 8% of people in the world achieve their New Year resolutions. And the same report indicated that over 80% of New Year resolutions fail by February. So within a month, people lose focus of what they set at the beginning of the year they are going to achieve. And this simply happened because of lack of proper planning. People are not able to set proper goals towards the achievement of whatever they want to do in any particular, maybe the year or the month or any given period. So goal setting is really important in our lives, and it is the roadmap that will lead us to our goals. So simply, goal setting is a roadmap that we put in place to help us lead us to our goals or what we want to achieve in life.
So it means that only 8% are able to achieve their goals, meaning that 92% are not able to do so.
Yes.
Why such a high percentage not able to achieve their goals?
Okay. So, as I said, it is so because many people simply have wishes and not goals. Why do I say so? Um, 90% of adults don't have written down goals. And any goal that is not written down is simply a wish and not a goal. So, certain goals, if you really want to make them very effective, number one thing, you have to write it down, and it must be very clear and specific and measurable, something that you can know that by these are the things that I will do step by step to really get there. So if a goal is simply not written down, it is a wish and not a goal. So many adults or many people don't have written down goals. So that is one of the reason why they don't achieve their goals. Another thing is that they are not committed, because if you are really determined to achieve anything, you must show some kind of commitment. You can't say I want to go for a program and you come out and say, oh, the weather is very bad. um you give a lot of excuses and you may not be able to achieve your goal. So what I mean is that you must set very clear specific goals that are measurable. And then the second one is that achievement of goals need some kind of commitment. So commitment is also part. Then the third one I will say is determination and the zeal. If you don't have the enthusiasm, the determination and the zeal to really achieve your goals, that will not happen. So many people must stop wishing and start really determined to achieve their goals by writing it down. So that's one thing I can say. So many people, there is a high percentage of people who don't achieve their goals because they simply wish and they don't write it down. So anything that is not written down is really not a goal. So that's what I
So
can say.
why, so why will somebody really set a goal and not be committed to it?
And not,
What is actually stopping them from having that commitment to make sure that I succeed?
okay. So planning ahead of time and setting goals involves a lot of thinking and hard work. And thinking consumes a lot of energy.
I think we have a bit of challenge with our guest, so we will just come back quickly.
Abundantly, far above all I could ask or think. Believe, yes, I believe. You say, I believe that you are able to do exceedingly abundantly, far above all I could ask or think.
Excited because the Step Out TV shows are back live on T2I TV. And for those who don't know, Step Out is a series of interviews and motivational segments designed to bring the best out of you and your business. Therefore, we have the following TV programs: Our first TV program, which is our flagship program, dubbed Step Out with Oscar Bimpong, is designed to interview consultants, experts, talented people, and those doing exceptionally well in their communities. The second one is Step Out SME Focus. This is where we interview business owners and showcase their products and services. The third one is Step Out Youth Impact Zone. This is where we interview young people succeeding against all odds to serve as an inspiration to other young people. And the last one is Step Out Authors Corner. And this is where we interview authors to share what their book is about to the world. Join us every week at 7 p.m. GMT. Like T2I TV on Facebook and subscribe to the YouTube channel. To advertise or for further information, do WhatsApp +44 759 1152 983 or +233 55 580 3924 or email info@traintoinspire.com. T2I TV. We engage, educate, enlighten.
Welcome back. We had a bit of technical hitch, and let me get my guest so that we can continue our discussion. Hello, sir. Can you hear me? Hello. We're still having a bit of challenge with our guest, and we will just sort this thing out and come quickly.
I believe that you are able to do exceedingly abundantly, far above all I could ask or think. Believe, yes, I believe. You say, I believe that you are able to do exceedingly abundantly, far above all I could ask or think.
I am so excited because the Step Out TV shows are back live on T2I TV. And for those who don't know, Step Out is a series of interviews and motivational segments designed to bring the best out of you and your business. Therefore, we have the following TV programs. Our first TV program, which is our flagship program, dubbed Step Out with Oscar Bimpong, is designed to interview consultants, experts, talented people, and those doing exceptionally well in their communities. The second one is Step Out SME Focus. This is where we interview business owners and showcase their products and services. The third one is Step Out Youth Impact Zone. This is where we interview young people succeeding against all odds to serve as an inspiration to other young people. And the last one is Step Out Authors Corner. And this is where we interview authors to share what their book is about to the world. Join us every week at 7 p.m. GMT. Like T2I TV on Facebook and subscribe to the YouTube channel. To advertise or for further information, do WhatsApp +44 759 1152 983 or +233 555803924 or email info@traintoinspire.com. T2I TV. We engage, educate, enlighten, and empower.
I believe that you are able to do exceedingly abundantly, far above all I could ask or think. Believe, yes, I believe. You say, I believe that you are able to do exceedingly abundantly, far above all I could ask or think.
I am so excited because the Step Out TV shows are back live on T2I TV. And for those who don't know, Step Out is a series of interviews and motivational segments designed to bring the best out of you and your business. Therefore, we have the following TV programs. Our first TV program, which is our flagship program, dubbed Step Out with Oscar Bimpong, is designed to interview consultants, experts, talented people, and those doing exceptionally well in their communities. The second one is Step Out SME Focus. This is where we interview business owners and showcase their products and services. The third one is Step Out Youth Impact Zone. This is where we interview young people succeeding against all odds to serve as an inspiration to other young people. And the last one is Step Out Authors Corner. And this is where we interview authors to share what their book is about to the world. Join us every week at 7 p.m. GMT. Like T2I TV on Facebook and subscribe to the YouTube channel. To advertise or for further information, do WhatsApp +44 759 1152 983 or +233 55580 3924 or email info@traintoinspire.com. T2I TV. We engage, educate, enlighten, and empower.
I believe that you are able to do exceedingly abundantly, far above all I could ask or think. Believe, yes, I believe. You say, I believe that you are able to do exceedingly abundantly, far above all I could ask or think.
I am so excited because the Step Out TV shows are back live on T2I TV. And for those who don't know, Step Out is a series of interviews and motivational segments designed to bring the best out of you and your business. Therefore, we have the following TV programs. Our first TV program, which is our flagship program, dubbed Step Out with Oscar Bimpong, is designed to interview consultants, experts, talented people, and those doing exceptionally well in their communities. The second one is Step Out SME Focus. This is where we interview business owners and showcase their products and services. The third one is Step Out Youth Impact Zone. This is where we interview young people succeeding against all odds to serve as an inspiration to other young people. And the last one is Step Out Authors Corner. And this is where we interview authors to share what their book is about to the world. Join us every week at 7 p.m. GMT. Like T2I TV on Facebook and subscribe to the YouTube channel. To advertise or for further information, do WhatsApp +44 759 1152 983 or +233 55 580 3924 or email info@traintoinspire.com. T2I TV. We engage, educate, enlighten, and empower.
Welcome back. We are just sorry there was a technical hitch and there was not much we can do. So call a friend to call a friend that we are back. These are some of the things with technology. And also in Africa, when sometimes our internet is not that stable. So you forgive us for this, but we are live now. Please call somebody to call somebody because we're at the discussion was heating up. And before we realized we had a technical hitch. So let me bring in my guest for tonight. That is Mr. David Asaana, a young entrepreneur and business consultant. He is on the Step Out Youth Impact Zone, and we're having a powerful discussion on goal setting and time management. So please welcome back, Mr. David Asaana.
Thank you very much.
Wow. Yeah. We were talking about commitment. We were on this on a time of commitment, and that is why would somebody set a goal and not be committed to it?
Okay, so I was saying that they lack a strong desire to really achieve it. People are not ready to commit because of lack of desire. If anyone is really determined enough and has that kind of desire for whatever he wants to really do, then he will give in the commitment to achieve it.
Wow. So it means that we don't really desire enough, right?
Yes. As I said in my earlier presentation, weak desire leads to weak results. So anyone with a very strong desire for what he really wants will be able to achieve it. And today I am going to give some steps that will help anyone who is ready to set ambitious goals and achieve them very faster than what he or she could ever imagine.
This is quite interesting, but you see the commitment bit, the desire bit, it also comes with a level of thinking, isn't it?
Yes.
Do we really refuse to think through?
Yes, I said thinking is a high energy job. Thinking is something that demands a lot of energy. In fact, many people don't, out of laziness, they don't want to think. And because thinking consumes a lot of energy, they simply allow their emotions and the environment to dictate to them. So they don't really think. And I tell you, anyone who commits to at least thinking to make about even 50 to 60% of most of their decisions will achieve a lot of high results. Because psychology and studies have shown that over 90% of the things that the average person does, they do it without thinking. Over 90%. So many people do a lot of things unconsciously. They don't want to think. They don't want to force themselves to really think through. So if anyone can discipline him or herself to even think and make about 70% of the decisions in life, such a person will have a high level of achievement.
Is it because of laziness, or is it because we think it's difficult for us to achieve it? What is that barrier stopping us?
Okay, so as I said, laziness is a major factor. Weak desire, not really being, really having a strong desire to do it, and sometimes we don't plan very well, because no matter how hard any task is, with proper planning in place, there is always a way to do it. So laziness, we're not having a very strong desire for what we want to do, and bad planning.
Now, are there any importance of setting goals?
Of course, they have importance, because without setting goals, we will not always achieve whatever we want to achieve. And as I made you understand in the beginning, I was part of those who always set a lot of goals at the beginning of the year. I will even say that I was wishing and not even setting goals. At the beginning of the year, I'll have a lot of New Year resolutions. I want to do this, I want to do that. But at the end of the year, I will realize that I have not even achieved up to half of what I wanted to do. But from the day I learned how to set goals, and I put it into practice, and I always set my goals and follow a lot of procedures, which I said I will share it with those watching me today. From that day that I started putting those measures in place, I have always achieved my goals. And for example, 2018, 2019 and 2020, I have achieved a lot more within the 2 years than what I've achieved in the past, over the past years of my lifetime. So goal setting will help us to achieve a lot of things within a short time, because there is always a lot to do. And without setting goals, you will wander about from place to place without setting on a lot of the things that you really want to achieve. So you waste a lot of time. But when you set goals, it reduces the amount of time you waste. And so you are able to concentrate on the things you really want to do.
So, because from what you are saying, sometimes it's so interesting when people say that on the 31st of December, I am going to slim, I am going to start my business, I am going to do this, I'm going to do this. But you meet
Yeah,
them in March and they have already given up, isn't it?
very, very true.
Wow.
Very true.
That is quite interesting. And I think it's easier said than done, isn't it?
Very true.
Wow.
Very true. And as I said today, I will share a lot to help those who were in my situation. They can, those who are in my situation, and they can come out of it and set goals and achieve them.
Why are some people able to achieve their goals and not others?
Okay. So as I said, there are procedures to follow.
So tell
So
us about the procedures, because you keep going back to the procedures. Talk to us, because some people are able to achieve their goals and others are not. So if
oh,
some people are able to do it, because from your statement, you said 8% of people are able to achieve their goals, whilst
yes,
92% are not able to achieve their goals, right? What makes the
yes.
8% able to achieve their goals and not the 92%?
Okay. So that's very important. So now, one of the most important thing is to write very clear, specific goals. For instance, it is not really good to say, oh, by the end of the year I want to make, uh, or it is not acceptable, or it is not a good way to set a goal by saying, oh, this year I want to make 10,000 Ghana cedis, or $10,000. It is not really a very good goal. If you want to set a good goal, so even if you say you want to make 10,000 goals, 10,000 Ghana cedis, you should be able to give yourself the date by which you want to make that particular goal. You should write down how much you want to make each month in order for you to make the total amount by the end of the year. You should be able to write the very specific task. What are the things that I am going to do that will help me to really make that money that I am talking about? So it should be very specific. It should be something that you can measure and know that, yes, I said I would do this and this to get to my results, so I am doing it. You should divide it into smaller goals that you know that every day I have to do this so that I will achieve this by the end of the month, by the end of the week, and by the end of the month, you should achieve this so that at the end of the year, you can achieve your overall goal. I used to set very big goals without breaking them down into smaller goals, and I never achieved them. But from the day I discovered that in order to set very good goals, I need to first of all let them be very specific and time bound. I have to break them down into smaller, even if it's a yearly goal, I have to break it down into months. From months, I have to break it down into weeks. And from weeks, I have to break it down into days. And every day, I have something doing towards my major goal. So when I started doing that, it helped me a lot. And that is one of the major things to do. So, number one is having certain very clear, specific goals, write them down. As I'm saying, if you are to interview people, you will realize that over 95% of people don't write down goals. And as I have been saying, any goal that is not written down is simply a wish and not a goal. If you don't write it down, you have nothing to go and look and account to yourself that, oh, I said I want to do this or that at the beginning of the year and I am on it, or I have not done this or that. So it must be written down. If it is written down, you can follow it and know that yes, these are the things I am supposed to do, and I am really doing them or I am not doing them. So I always write my goals at the beginning of the year very clearly, and I post it in my room where I can see it daily. So every day I check it. Any goal that I am able to accomplish, I come and clean it off and know that yes, I have done this one. And that helps me to even be happy and move forward. So that is the first step. So I have many of the steps that I want to share. So then the second step is to practice something we call creative visualization. And what is visualization? Visualization is the ability to form mental images of your goals, the ability to sit down and think through in a very comfortable environment or an environment which is less noisy. Think through whatever plans that you have and find out what do I really want to achieve in the future. And if you have very clear specific goals that you think you want to arrive at, you can really be motivated to pursue it, because the mind is very sensitive to visual stimulation. And once you have something that you think you want to achieve, your mind, your subconscious mind has the genius that will be able to force you to think through and plan to come up with ideas towards achieving the goal. So the second one that I am saying is practice creative visualization. And as we can even maybe if so, those of us who can remember what Napoleon Hill said, he said, "What the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve it." So once you can conceive something and you know that this is what I want to get to, and you put in your effort there, you will achieve it. That's the second thing. Okay. So the next one that I will talk about is have a vision board. So a lot, once again, don't have vision boards. So what is a vision board? A vision board is a board on which you have a collection of images, and then whatever you want to achieve in life. So for instance, the kind of house you want to live in, your the kind of car you want to buy, the kind of wife or husband you want, everything. You can get very clear images and put them, cut them and paste them. You can cut them from magazines or whatever source you can get, or even you can graphically design it and post it on, make it like a poster and put it in the part of your room where you can see it daily. As I said earlier, the mind is very sensitive to visual stimulation, and most of the things that people are not able to achieve, they don't really have a very compelling reason why they should do it. If you are able to do a very nice vision board, you post it in part of the room where you can see it daily, it is going to motivate you. It is going to convince you that put in the effort to really get to this place. And once you see that what you are looking for is something very nice and something that will really make your life very comfortable, you will put in the energy. The laziness that is in you, if you have a very clear vision, you can really put in enough effort to get to that place. So having a vision board is important. And a vision board, put it as part of the house, or you can put it in part of your room where you can see it daily. You can put it in your office. You can put it in your bathroom where you can see it daily. Put it enough at many places as much as possible. You can even save it on your phone. Save it as your wallpaper. Save it as your WhatsApp wallpaper too. Just put it at many places where you can see it as much as possible. It is what I do. And once you do those things, your subconscious mind is forced to focus on it, because almost everywhere the pictures are there, and your mind always need something to focus on. Once you engage it, and all the time it is focusing on your vision and your dreams, you will put in enough effort to get it. So that is the importance of having a vision board. They are level two. The third one that I will talk about is affirmations. Affirmations are very strong, positive personal statements that you say to yourself to strengthen your subconscious mind and your conscious mind, and to make you think more. And so, if you are able to have affirmations, for instance, we are living in a very negative world. It's a very negative world because most of the information that we hear daily are negative. And as I have always said, let's say, for instance, the soil that we have, if you don't plant anything on the soil, weeds will grow. But so that is how the mind is. If you don't really give it any positive statement, most of the statements in our environment are negative. So you should have affirmations. For instance, you should be able to write down powerful statements that you say to yourself continuously, daily, that will help to strengthen your spirit and to make you never give up. So I can just say some few affirmations that just examples are, you can write things like, let's say, I am very powerful and no obstacle can face me, or nothing will make me give up. Another one, you can say, my I have very powerful dreams, and some people may say they are not possible, but I believe I am going to achieve my dreams, and no matter what happens, I will achieve them. I will never give up on my dreams until I have made a significant contribution to the human race. You can say that I will deny my instant gratification for a delayed gratification because I want it big and better. So these are very strong positive statements that when you say to yourself daily, like today I am going out and I know that the world is negative, and no matter what I am going to face along the way, I will never give up. I'm going to conquer my fears. I am going to overcome everything. Nothing is going to stop me,
But,
and I
but
will
that is
never.
but that is where a lot of people, as you said, the negatives around that's surrounding us prevents us from really having those positive affirmation. And sometimes when people see you saying those things, they rather counter it with a negative event, and that really destroys you, isn't it?
Yes,
How do you
but
overcome that?
pardon.
How do you overcome that?
Okay, so those people who say that don't really understand about life. Psychology has it that anytime you say something over and over to yourself, very positive statement, they strengthen your spirit. They wake up your zeal. They make you very strong, and you have that kind of never giving up spirit. So those who don't really understand it may say they may associate anything negative with it. But once I understand, I will always say it over and over, and I don't care about what they say. Affirmations are even biblical. There are a lot of positive statements that when you say to yourself, even in the Bible, we are made to understand that the words that we speak to ourselves make who we are. So I say it over and over to myself, and I know that they are going to affect my mind very well. So for those who don't understand and may associate any negative thing with it, I don't care about them. But I make sure that I say my affirmations daily. And as I was saying, you can write them very personalized to yourself. Post it just closer to your goals by the side of the room where you can see it daily. When you wake up, say them. When you say them, you become very strong in spirit, and as you go out, nothing, no matter what you meet, you will never forgive up. So that is what I can say about the having a vision board. So I was left with just some few to finish under some of the things that we can do to really set our most ambitious goals. Another one that I want to talk about is listening to audio and video tapes. Audio and video tapes are a very powerful means of motivating yourself. A lot of people often tell me that, oh, me, actually, motivation doesn't help me, it doesn't change me. And I have always said that they don't really understand the purpose of motivation. And that is why some of them say so. You see, every human being is at the highest level of creativity when they are motivated. All means of creativity comes from being motivated. Have you ever remembered that anytime that you have that kind of high motivation, you are able to do, you become very creative and you do a lot of great things. So that is one thing that has helped me. So you need to listen to motivation. Even when you are about to sleep, your subconscious mind works 24 hours, but your conscious mind works only when you are active and when you are not asleep. But once the subconscious mind works 24 hours, when you are about to sleep, some of the things that you say to yourself, like as I was talking about the affirmations, when you pray, praying is part of the affirmations. You can say a lot of powerful words and it will strengthen you. When you say it very the time you are about to sleep, it is going to communicate to your subconscious mind. And even when you are sleeping, the subconscious mind continues to work on whatever words you have given to it. So I have realized that as I say a lot of affirmations to myself, and even when I'm about to sleep, and I listen to a lot of audio tapes. Me, I can play audio tapes and video tapes till they break in the background. I play them in the background, not too noisy, but very at a very low tone where they are very soothing to the soul, where it communicates to my subconscious mind even when I am sleeping. And it affects me a lot. Even when I wake up in the morning, I am always feeling very positive, very energized, very enthusiastic, and very strong. And I know that nothing is going to stop me from achieving my dream. So watching motivational tips is one of the ways that can help us to really achieve our dreams. Because if we don't really have something like that to motivate us, you will easily give up because the world is very negative and we meet a lot of obstacles day in and day out. We meet a lot of distractions that prevent us from really reaching our goals. So anyone who gets the time to put in the effort to really watch motivational tips, it will help the person. And I have always been saying those who said they don't have time to really watch, they haven't developed it as a habit. When you develop it as a habit and you listen to it and you reduce a lot of unnecessary distractions or social media and TV and other things, and you put more effort on watching very positive statements and from powerful people around the world, you will be able to achieve your goals and dreams faster. So these are the few things that can help us to achieve our goals and dreams.
But a lot of people say that you don't need motivation. Motivation is motivational speakers will come and speak and they will leave and nothing happens and they will come another time and the same thing. So, but you are coming from a different perspective, isn't it?
Yes,
But a lot of people don't agree.
very true. A lot of people don't agree to that assertion. So, um, okay, so I want to communicate to those type of people who say motivation doesn't help them. I don't know, but if they take the time to analyze themselves well, they will come to a conclusion and understand that their very highest level of creativity comes from motivation. Every human being, it is the nature of human beings. We give our best when we are motivated. So those people who say that don't really understand the the laws of human nature. And I will say that anytime they are motivated, the reason why they say motivational speakers come and speak and get them motivated, but after they go they go back to the same situation is they don't take action. Why do I say so? Motivation comes from emotions. When we are motivated, our emotions are very high. And when your emotions are very high and you have a lot of things coming and you don't put it down into writing, when the emotions go, then you will go back to the same situation. So, what I want to advise them is that when they become very highly motivated, they need to take action by writing down whatever ideas come. So that is why wherever I go, I carry my diary and I write down things that come when even when I come ideas come across my mind. I write them down and later on I sit down to focus on them. So those who say motivation doesn't help them, it maybe probably it doesn't help them because they don't believe it can help them. And more to the point, when they are motivated, they don't take action. They don't write down the ideas that come to their mind. They don't put measures in place to expand on their ideas later. And that is why when the motivation is gone, they go back to the same situation. So I advise people to get time, always write things down, even when the ideas come, when they are in their very highly motivated zone. So that's what I can say.
Wow. Then do you have another step over there to tell us?
Yes, there are other steps. Other steps that I want to add is, if you really need to get to your goals closer, you need a mentor.
Mm,
I set a goal some time ago, and then I couldn't achieve it. I set it. It was a 1 year goal that I said I must achieve it, and the year was almost getting to an end, and I wasn't achieving it. And my mentor met me one day, and I discussed it with him, and he made me understand that what I thought I couldn't achieve it within that particular time period that I gave, it was a mental barrier. So he was able to show me the way out, what I need to do in order to get to the goal closer. So I put in some few measures, and I achieved the goal within 3 months when I actually couldn't achieve it within a year period. So mentors are very good. They have gone through what we have gone through, and they can help us navigate our way through to where we want to get to. So mentorship is important. Get a mentor. You can also get a mastermind group. A mastermind group is a group of friends, or not even friends, a group of similar-minded people who share your views or your ideas to some of the things that you believe in, and you can come together to share ideas and keep each other on his or her toes. So when you're able to keep each other on your toes, if you are not doing what you said you are supposed to do, they will keep you accountable. So a mastermind group is important. And the other one that I will add is that we need to attend seminars. If we
mm.
don't attend seminars, we will hardly get to our goals. When you attend seminars, you share ideas with others, and you are able to learn new things that you probably didn't know. And the last but not the least, that the one I will add is reading. I should have even spoken about it earlier, because reading helps you to achieve your goals. When you read, and there are a lot of books on setting goals, something like Goals by Brian Tracy. It's a book written by Brian Tracy about setting goals. And I advise anyone to get that book. And my latest book, too, that I spoke about the last time, Achieving Your Greatest Dreams, also had a lot of things on goal setting. So read. When you read, especially books on goal setting, you will get a lot of ideas on how to really set your most ambitious goals and achieve them within a very shorter time. So reading helps a lot. Reading will put you on your toes. Reading will give you people who had who were in similar situations, and the ideas they put in place to be able to get to where they are. Reading will help you to avoid the mistakes that others have made, because I have always said that there are so many ways to learn. You can learn by making mistake and getting the experience. You can also learn from others experience and what they made, the mistakes they made, and you can avoid it and get to your dreams closer. So reading is very, very important. As I said, set a goal to read, even if not at all, at least one book a month. For me, I read 2 books a week. And sometimes, even if I'm not able to read 2 books a week, I read 1 book a week. But you can set a goal, even if not at all, you should be able to read at least 1 book a month. And I tell you that if you can do that, you'll become an expert within your field in less than 5 years. So these are some of the additional steps that can help us to achieve our goals and dreams.
I think reading is part of our problems, isn't it? Because there is a saying that if you want to hide something from the black man, put it in the book. And I think it still holds today, or you think it's changing?
It still holds today. Reading is a problem for most people. And I think that the reason why reading continues to be their problem is they haven't made it a habit. For me, I used not to have that kind of reading spirit. I used to read academic books.
Mm.
And some of those academic books are very boring. And people carry that same mentality to think of personal development books. Personal development books are not really boring. And I say that if you make it a habit and you get very interesting self-help books in your field to put your hands on, and you really make it a habit and you set it a goal. Oh, by the end of the month, I should have read 2 books or 3 books. and you commit to it, you can really make it. And if it becomes your habit, you will do it without a struggle. And that is one thing about me. It has become my habit, and I don't struggle to do it again. And there are audio reading apps available. Even if you cannot get time to read, um, let's say let's say hardcover books, you can read audiobooks. There are audiobooks available. There are audio reading apps on which are free on Google Play. Like there is an app like Packet Book Reader. It's an app that can read PDF books, and I encourage anyone to go and look for it. Download it. If you have any PDF book available, you can always use it to read. So that is one of the things that helped me. So I encourage anyone to cultivate a habit of reading. When you develop that habit of reading, you will never be lazy to read, because some of the books I read are so interesting that even when I'm sleeping, I want to read it. When I'm in a car, I am reading. When I'm in the office and I have time, I read. So I just say that people should develop that habit. When you make it a habit, you can easily read. And when you know how reading is important, you will not even hesitate to read. Because there is a saying that readers today are leaders tomorrow. The most successful people in the world read. If Bill Gates, who is a CEO, can read 50 books a year, Warren Buffett can read 83 books a year, and they spend 2 to 3 hours a day reading, then I don't know who, no matter how busy you are, you should get time to read. And those who say they don't have time to read, they are actually spending their time on the wrong things. When they say they don't have time to read, find out what they do in a day, and you will come to notice that they spend a lot of time on a lot of things that don't really help them. If you are on a 9 to 5 job, you have about 8 hours of personal time. What do you do with that time? If that 8 hours of personal time you cannot even spend 1 hour to read, then you are not serious and determined to achieve your dream. So I will advise that people can make time to read if they are really determined enough to succeed. There is always time, and we have to make it. So that is my advice for those who don't have, who say they don't have time to read. They should just make it a habit.
Now let's go to time management. Do we really respect time?
It is another thing that we don't really respect, and it doesn't help us to achieve our goals. Now, um, Pope Paul the Thief ever once said, someone should tell us right at the start of our lives that we are dying, so that we can live life to the fullest every minute of every day. And he said, do it now. I say, do it, because whatever you want to do it now, because there are only so many tomorrows. This is a very powerful statement. Why do I say so? Time is the currency of life, and time is the continued, irreversible progression of events from the past through the present to the future. And the most important part that we need to underline is irreversible. Right now, today has gone forever and ever, and it's an irreversible reduction of our time. Even if we live for 10,000 years, we can never come back to 24th October 2020. So if people get to understand that time is irreversible, when you misbehave with your time, we are all growing closer to death. So your time is reducing every day, and the time is the currency of your life. The day your time ends is the day you leave this planet. So I will advise, if people get to understand the concept of time management like the way I understand, they will never misbehave with their time. And people have always been said that time management, we cannot really, how do we manage time? We cannot actually manage time because time is fixed, but we can manage the activities that we do within a time. So managing the activities we do within time is basically what we call time management. And today I'll be sharing a lot of tips on what has helped me to achieve so much within a year. So I will share a lot of tips with my viewers today.
Yeah, so sometimes we have got the motive to achieve this, but then there are so many distractions that come on our way. How can we manage distractions and still focus on the goal?
Okay, so I am going to give about 5 tips. I have more than five, but it's the time. So I'll give some of the steps that will help us. The most important step that we need to put in place in order to achieve more productivity is prioritizing. Prioritize, plan for everything in advance by having a to-do list and a diary. keeping a notebook or a diary very handy. Now, there is a saying that action without planning is the ultimate cause of failure. If you don't plan for everything that you do, you always not do it very well. And studies has shown that every 1 minute spent in planning saves us about 60 minutes of wasted time in execution. So when you plan very well ahead of time, all the time that you would have wasted making mistakes will not. So plan very well ahead of time. So have a to-do list. Many people don't have a to-do list. For instance, you get up a day without a very clear vision of what you want to do. You will end up achieving later. So have a to-do list. And a lot of people again don't have even a diary. You will find out that over 80% of adults don't have a diary. And once you don't have a diary, you don't have very clear goals of what you would always want to do in a day. That's why they achieve later. So have a diary. Always write down the activities you want to do within the week. Write down the activity. So break it down. You can even from your yearly goals know what you are doing every month. And if you know what you are doing every month, your monthly goals should be broken down to weeks, and your weekly goals should be broken down to days. So every day, what are you going to do? Plan your day in advance. If you, for instance, today, I have already written down the list of activities that I'm going to do tomorrow. So I have a lot of distractions, but when tomorrow comes, these are the things I want to do. I'll make sure that I do all the things that I have written on my to-do list before any other thing else. So when I do that, it helps me to save a lot of time that I would have wasted. So planning ahead of time is one of the most important things that we need. So have a to-do list, have a diary. Even when you are moving, even when you are in a car, all the ideas that come along your way, write them down, write them in a diary. And I tell you, it is really going to help you reduce a lot of time that people waste. The second one that I will talk about is you need to prioritize by using the 80-20, the 80-20th principle. What does that principle mean? It was a principle discovered by an Italian economist called Mr. Vilfredo Pareto. What Pareto realized is that 20% of activities account for 80% of results. He did a research on the land in Italy, and he realized that 20% of the people in Italy own 80% of the land in Italy. He also did another research, and he realized that 20% of the population own 80% of the wealth. And he found out that it is the same statistic for other natural phenomena, such as the activities in a day. 20% of the things you do produce 80% of the results. 20% of the people in a country provide 80% of the wealth, they provide 80% of the influence. And this statistics is one of the most powerful law that I discovered in the universe. Why do I say so? The major difference between successful and unsuccessful people is high value task versus low value task. Some people, like the unsuccessful people, they confuse activities with accomplishment. Over 80% of the things you do in a day will produce 20% of the result, and 20% of the things you do in a day produce 80% of the result. So what do? You need to just discover those high valued activities and put your hands on them. Put your hands, there will always be a lot of things you can do that you can never have time to do everything. You can never have the luxury of time to do everything. So just discover the high value tasks that constitute the 20% that will give you 80% of the result, and focus your time on it. That is what successful people do. So I have discovered that billionaires, very influential people, great thinkers have discovered this principle, and they put their hands on it. So the 80-20 principle is all about prioritizing and concentrating on high valued tasks versus low value tasks. They don't concentrate their time on low value tasks, but they concentrate on high value tasks. And that is what I do. So that is the second task, the second procedure, or the second step that can help us to achieve high productivity. The third time management strategy that we need for high productivity is spend the first 90 minutes of every day for activities that strengthen your mind, your will, your spiritual aspect of life. So these activities are basically when you wake up, spend time on things like let's say prayers, things like reading. People say they don't have time to read. If they can make up time to read 30 minutes within the day, it will help them a lot. 30 minutes to 1 hour. And I do that every day. So I spend time to really read. I spend time to pray. I spend time to listen to motivational talks within the first 1 hour to 1 hour 30 minutes of my time every day. And it is shown statistically, and research has confirmed that the early parts of the day are the time that our minds are at the speed of our mind is at the highest. So it is the time that your willpower is very strong. So when you spend more time to do that in the early parts of the day, you are able to plan very properly. You are able to think through and become very strong. And at the rest of the activities that will follow, once you have started well, it is going to end well. So these are the things that you can do. That's the third one. The fourth strategy for high productivity that I will talk about is um, do the most difficult task first and concentrate single-handedly on one task at a time. So anytime you get up in the day, your most difficult task, tackle them first. When you tackle your most difficult task first, you will always do them and achieve them with ease, because um, our willpower is very strong in the morning. In the morning, we are able to make very strong decisions. So when you tackle your most difficult task and you single-handedly do one task at a time, you will always achieve them. So one of the things you need to do is concentrate on one task at a time. That is what I do. And every morning I tackle the most important things I want to do, and I do them single-handedly. When you focus on one thing at a time, your mind, your energy, your subconscious mind focuses all its energy on it, and you will do it until you achieve it. So when you achieve one task, you can move to the next one. So what I advise is that do your most difficult task and your most important task first, and you focus single-handedly on it, one at a time. So the last but not the least that I will add is reduce the time you spend on watching TV and on social media. Studies have shown that the average adult spend about 2 to 3 hours a day on Facebook, and they spend about 2 to 3 hours on TV. And if you calculate all these hours, about 4 to 5 hours are wasted daily. And they are the same people who come to complain they don't have time to work on their goals. So it is just a matter of priority, and the unnecessary time that you waste on social media and on TV. Make sure that you only watch programs that are going to add a lot of value to you. And I advise that put a lot of effort to prioritize on your goals before anything. If you don't set a time limit for how much you should spend on TV and on social media a day, then you will always overspend and spend so much time. So reduce the amount of time you spend on social media and TV, and you'll get more time to work on your goals. These are the few that I can say. There are many others, but as time goes on, if there is time, I will add them up.
Wow. I'm learning as well. If you are watching this, I will encourage you to share this, right? So that somebody might have the opportunity to watch this. This is pure education that you can never have it in the classroom. This education is not part of our educational system. This is personal development, and this is very crucial to your success in life. A lot of people have got first degrees, but they are still struggling in life. A lot of people have got 2, 3, 4, 5 degrees because they are struggling and they are struggling in life. Why? Because they don't understand some of these things like goal setting. They don't understand things like how they can really have the right mindset in pursuit of any goal that they set. And this is what this platform brings to you. I want you to understand that if you are watching that for the first time or you are part of this group and you enjoy any discussion, you have to share it so that another party will have the opportunity to watch it. Now, time is fast spent, but I really want to ask you this question. One of the things that is killing us on the continent of Africa, especially in Ghana, is that everything starts late and finishes late. And this has really affected productivity. How can we change this?
Okay, so it is the if there is any change that should come out of Africa, it is the youth that will initiate those changes. It is a culture that we need to really that is not really helping us. People believe in African time. When we are supposed to go for a program at 10, people will come at 11. Right? For instance, today I had a program and it was supposed to start at 9. o'clock in the morning, and many people came around 10 o'clock. That kind of habit doesn't help us. It is a culture that is destroying us. And that is part of the reason why Africa is behind. So I encourage the youth that please let us change our minds about African time. There is nothing like African time. And once we believe African time and we come late for events and we go late for programs, we are always behind. I encourage us, we the youth, we should try to change this. We should try to put a lot of effort to always be on time. And it cannot be done with one person. It can be done if you change and I change and the average person changes. So I encourage all of us. If we also put more time to read time management books, we will put that kind of laziness away. And all of it will come from proper planning. If you plan very well for anything in advance, you will always be able to do it. So I encourage all of you watching that let us change that kind of problem in Africa, that we have that African time. And when we are going for events, we go late. It is bringing our continent far behind and it doesn't help us. So let us change our culture and it will help us a lot.
Wow, the African time needs to change. And if we are not able to change it, then it means that, because one of the things that really is, for example, if I'm in Ghana and I try to really go for any program, I'm always there on time, but almost everybody comes late. And the question is that people don't even see the sense of agency when they are late. When they are late, it's so normal that people don't even see anything wrong with it. And it's like when you are complaining, they see you to be like, what is wrong with you? They look at you thinking, like, the way they are looking at that, they are thinking that you rather have got a problem. We don't have a problem, you know? And I think until that changes, and this moves from the public sector, from the corporate world, from the private sector to the ordinary person on the street. And I think this culture is very difficult to change. And I think it will take a lot for us to really change it, trust me.
Very true.
And these are some of the discussions we are bringing so that people become conscious that you can change the narrative when you are there to set an example that you are here on time, and that too, that other people they are going to learn from it. Now, what mindset do we need to really achieve our goal and also to manage our time?
Okay. So once again, I will just reiterate some of the things I have said so far. I want all those watching me to put a very conscious, deliberate, determined effort to plan for everything they do in advance. If, as I said, if you actually set your goals and you make them very detailed enough and very specific, you will always achieve them.
Wow, I think we've got a bit of challenge with our guest, and but time is far already spent. So I will encourage you to share this for somebody to really listen to the second segment of to listen to this program, because this program is very inspiring. But before I go, I want to read some few comments. I have got Jennifer Amu says, "Go, David." I have got Foster Bukari says, "Wow, great work done." I have got Gadaf Issa Eshon says, "I like the 80-20 principle. Thanks for your great education, bro." I have got Gadaf also saying, "Yes, we cannot manage time or waste it. We can only manage ourselves or waste ourselves, but not the time, because time is indeed fixed." That is really powerful point. Then also I've got Abraham Ayaba says, "Yes, that is true. A man of God have ever said that before." Then Bolowa Hayford says, "Vision board sounds motivating to me. Thanks, bro. It all boils down to the fact that the mind is awakened by visual stimulation, deep information. Thanks." Then I also have Abraham says interesting, and I have Samuel Eto says watching live, but network is not allowing me. Sorry for that. Then I have Ekufu Praying says pour everything out. Then Slide G says my prof watch you live from Doma Presbyterian Hospital. Thanks very much for your comments, and we will encourage you to share this for somebody to really have a look and also enjoy this discussion. Probably you might never know who this message is going to help or this discussion is going to help. Now, before I go, I want to give some few mentions of our sponsors. This program is sponsored by Train to Inspire Consultancy. That is your business training and consulting firm. Then also ALS Global Shipping and Logistics, your trusted import and export company based in Accra. ALS says if you are stranded at the port, call them and they will sort you out. Also ZPay Ghana Limited, your remittance and mobile money company based in Ghana. They just launched their ZPay mobile money USSD code, which is *270#. Just dial it on your phone to register for ZPay mobile money. Then Wheels for Sure, your car leasing for every credit. Wheel for Sure says it doesn't matter your credit. You can drive out of the garage with a car of your choice. Please quote T2I 2020 when you call Wheels for Sure. To contact any of our sponsors, the numbers are scrolling on the screen. Take them and contact them. When you contact them, let them know that you got the number through T2I TV UK and they're more likely to get a good deal. Now, it's been wonderful having a powerful discussion on goal setting. I want you to go out there and set goals that is going to change your life. Write things down, put it on paper, and believe that this can be achieved. Work towards it, one step at a time. Make your big goal into smaller goals and work on it consistently every single day. Push the agenda, push the vision, connect to the right people, and also never give up. You will never give up just because of the vision that you carry and also the people you surround yourself with. Which people are you surrounding yourself with? They are very critical to your success in life. Surround yourself with people that believe in your vision. Surround yourself with people that believe in what you are doing. Surround yourself with people with the right mindset. Surround yourself with people that when you are down, they will tap you at the back and say, look, it can be done. Surround yourself with people that will tell you that, look, you cannot give up because you are born for greatness. You can achieve more. Wherever you find yourself in level, you can do better. It all depends on you. Who do you want to be the next 10 years? If you can really define that clearly and start working towards it today, I can bet you in 10 years, you'll become who you want to be. But if you don't have no goal set, you are like the chaff. You are being blown by the wind in any direction. When somebody says this is good, you go for it. When somebody says this is good, you go for it. You don't have a clear plan of who you want to be and how you want to get there. And that is the problem of many people. They don't know how because their why is not strong. Why are you doing what you are doing? And how can you get there? These are questions you need to ask yourself on a daily basis. And the man talked about positive affirmations. It's something I really do with my life. I always tell myself, Oscar, you are not an ordinary motivational speaker. You are a motivational speaker made for the world. Oscar, you are born to conquer the world. The United Kingdom of Ghana is too small for me. I am born for greatness. I am born for the world. Always say this to yourself. And before you realize, you become what you say. Have a positive mindset. Believe in yourself. Always, always understand that the journey is full of challenges. But if you have got that mindset, if you have got a goal, that have got a compelling why, you will succeed with your dreams. Next Tuesday, we are here. I will be speaking to a man all the way from Liberia. It is going to be a powerful discussion. He is coming on the Youth Impact Zone and is going to talk about how the youth can change the narrative on the continent of Africa. through politics and also having the right mindset during elections for us to really elect the right leaders. We are a generation where we are being led by people who are 80, 70, 90 years. They don't even, some of them don't even know how to use computers. How can they really bridge the gap between the old generation and the new? The youth have got a role to play for the success of the continent. If we don't do the right thing, trust me, this continent is going to be more worse than we think. The youth needs to stand up to do the right thing for us to succeed as a continent. I will come next Tuesday. Next Thursday, we are also here, and Saturday. We are here every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. You can't afford to miss. If this is your first time on this platform, I want you to understand that you have to always come here, because here is the hub, is the platform for powerful discussions that changes the minds of our viewers. Stay tuned, and God richly bless you. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.
I believe that you are able to do exceedingly abundantly, far above all I could ask or think. Believe, yes, I believe. You say, I believe that you are able to do exceedingly abundantly, far above all I could ask or think.
I am so excited because the Step Out TV shows are back live on T2I TV. And for those who don't know, Step Out is a series of interviews and motivational segments designed to bring the best out of you and your business. Therefore, we have the following TV programs. Our first TV program, which is our flagship program, dubbed Step Out with Oscar Bimpong, is designed to interview consultants, experts, talented people, and those doing exceptionally well in their communities. The second one is Step Out SME Focus. This is where we interview business owners and showcase their products and services. The third one is Step Out Youth Impact Zone. This is where we interview young people succeeding against all odds to serve as an inspiration to other young people. And the last one is Step Out Authors Corner. And this is where we interview authors to share what their book is about to the world. Join us every week at 7 p.m. GMT. Like T2I TV on Facebook and subscribe to the YouTube channel. To advertise or for further information, do WhatsApp +44 759 1152 983 or +233 55 580 3924 or email info@traintoinspire.com. T2I TV. We engage, educate, enlighten, and empower.